Heavyweight, Ward racked up win after win, and in 2009 was cast into the Super 6 World Boxing Classic. The underdog managed to clean out the 168-pound division and won the tournament against dangerous Carl. Side experts proclaimed the fight too close to predict, but Ward's domination was evident from the beginning.
Ward just rocked Dawson again with another left hook, and Dawson's legs are gone.
And by round 10, the former Olympian returns to a hero's welcome with a chase among boxing's pound-for-pound Sullivan Barrera, training out of the now highly touted Summit Gym in Big Bear, California. Tonight, the return of one of boxing's top talents, aiming to begin a new chapter in the light heavyweight division.
Very hospitable. Everyone gets along. There is camaraderie. It's a brotherhood.
It's like what people have to understand is time.
Push off.
Next week, I'm going up in weight. I think that I've paid my dues at 168 pounds. Good, bad, or indifferent. I bring all of that in the ring.
And now looks to reintroduce himself, Sullivan Barrera, a more natural light heavyweight than Ward. Barrera is hoping to invalidate Andre's notion that he can fight so infrequently, yet still maintain his elite status. But before we get to our main event, let's take a look at what's upcoming from HBO Boxing. Leaving behind his family years ago, Barrera found his way to Big Bear, California, and trainer Abel Sanchez. There, Barrera has blossomed as a professional under the watchful eye of Sanchez, and also with help from another member of the Big Bear team, Gennady Golovkin.
Their attitude.
The weight in at 100.
Sullivan Barrera.
This is Jim. With a guy being off this long, I would say it's crazy to fight a cute.
Long levels of inactivity and craft superior fighter. In 2004.
Well, you know, his shoulder's okay.
Because of swelling in his right knee, he tore his ACL. Alignment back in November is, to our knowledge, the only fight he's ever missed because of the knee injury.
A bad thing for him. Put himself at the top of the main event when he thinks he's the...
And frankly, you know, on many pound-for-pound lists, but he's dropped off of a lot of them, including the fight game list. Win, and most particularly if he were to rank, if he defeated Kovalev.
He is definitely the best pound-for-pound at that spot.
And he's controlling this first round against him, to your question, because it wouldn't produce necessarily the most fireworks.
I mean, you know, Roy Jones told us between fights why it is that Andre Ward is so good against punchers.
And when a fighter's in an act, timing is a little off.
I don't think it's that bad, but that can neutralize the range goes on in the ring. He's always
Roy is
that of a fighter who's not sure and who really is not the biggest puncher, but he's not trying to figure out still what kind of power Andre.
Right.
So he tried to land, but now he's trying to land the hook because Andre.
Hands are free, mano libre. Let him go. Saca la mano. Back that camera up, baby.
Andre Ward is a fight because almost like a great character act from one fight to another. He's not the fastest.
He brings exactly what he needs for the particular job. That's a professional.
Andre Ward.
That he's strong at the weight.
When you fight a big guy, the first thing you got to show him is that just because you're big does not mean you're in control tonight. I'm just as big as you are when it comes to heart and fighting ability. And that's what Andre is doing tonight. I'm still the big dog.
And in case you've been watching NCAA back and Sullivan Barrera, and early on he seems to have the boxing advantage against Barrera, and he knocks him down in round 3. Now we see the reason he wanted to develop his own power punching.
Exactly.
And he did.
And you know his shoulder's okay now, so he can punch with both hands.
Andre Ward's success has been his game plan he faces. It's backing up Edison Miranda.
10 seconds.
And here kind of...
For left hook high on the top of the head. That shot sent Sullivan Barrera to the canvas. The head. Boom, as you see right there. Can't say he was off balance because he was about to punch. So the actual punch is what sent him down.
Harold, how do you have it through 3?
I get you. I got it 3.5
shot to the top of the head. Andre won the first 2 rounds.
One thing he's doing brilliantly is
there's a long way to go in this fight, potentially still. Speed and defense a little bit here, or than by age.
No, his speed and defense is built in already. This is what he does. When it comes to, because you're the big puncher, I'm going to show you. He had Kovalev. Is it never
far moment in a fight, even over the course of a 12-round distance. Lands with a few of those clean shots. It doesn't take many from Kovalev. Hit him.
Well, seen an opponent who had Andre Ward seemingly landed high on Barrera's head.
Good feint right hand by Andre.
A lot of fighters have game plans. I'm going to box him. I'm going to move this way or that way. Fight him on the inside every time, as Andre seen.
Per round, very busy fighter. Punch output dropped from 79 to 53. Overcommit.
So it's much easier. Good straight right soon. He's getting too close to Sullivan. Good defense.
Barrera missing with the jab.
Right, Andre can play defense distance.
And Ward's counter left hand.
Just a matter of
so quick with his
talks about mastering all 3 distances.
Good hook by Ward.
Andre Ward is so quick on. There's no way.
He puts distance between himself and his opponent. Second half of the fight as he fully exploits what he sees up close.
And a left hook, both landing. Jab land. Jab to the body again. And he comes upstairs with the right hand.
To a puncher when you can't hit a guy. No, you think.
Good body. When a guy's trying is the same as missing by him. Left hook landed inside for Barrera. Ward ducking and slipping to get away.
He doesn't know which one to put mustard on, that is.
And as the fight progresses, even when
beat Ward perhaps to focus to the body.
Well, Barrera's body better than Barrera's doing his.
100%. 77, Barrera 57. And Ward left, right. Of Andre Ward, Harold
6-0, 60-50. Sullivan Barrera's not moving his hands. Winning the fight, but I mean, you heard Abel just hit by Ward. Jim, if anybody wants another patch, you know, the black thing around his left, President Gilberto.
I thought maybe we
talked to Steph Curry earlier and Draymond Green's. When athletes of that caliber, real game, recognized game, it's not disabled. Because those guys, they happen to, they're the real deal and they believe so is he. These are championship level athletes.
Of Kansas in the basketball tournament. Not likely, it appears, again performing like Andre Ward, meaning in command.
Lead is safe.
Well, one thing Andre Ward will tell you is this is tough, this is dangerous, this is how much I seem to dominate my fights. It's closer than you think. He respects the opponent, he bribes him and makes him good.
It's one of the things that makes him best.
Roy, even when they're not landing.
Good, quick left hook again.
Right hand, counter with a short 6-inch straight right hand. Take the hook to the body and come back with his own hook to the head after he blocks.
You can throw, take your shots. Kind of is going to be, don't walk.
Winning amateur fights were very busy and throwing punches to score points. He
far in his career.
Enrolled in the 168-pound tournament, the Super 6. He went back here to the United States going to win this thing.
2-1 against Kessler to start. Kessler was a very hot Calzaghe. It didn't work out that way, but
Calzaghe around the 4th or 5th round, and then Calzaghe level.
But
that's right.
Oh, good body shot.
And down goes Barrera after the body shot, and Kaiz is going to say glove landing on a cup.
Yeah,
Barrera is. And see, here's Ward's being smart too. He sees Barrera comes out.
And he put him close to him and start. Here we look at it, we do see that it was a little low. That punch moved the whole cup, so yes, it was higher, but it could have pulled the cup right into the wrong area. And he did have a reaction as though it went in the wrong area.
Round 9 begins after the low blow knockdown. Ward thoroughly
controlling it with the jab and the feints and the body shot. Right.
Punching skill, Roy. I mean, Barrera has long at the chin by a quick left hook or a straight right hand. And now Max is in the corner.
I think Sullivan is really defense feints and things like that now.
Virgil, it seems that he came out a little more flat-footed to start the fight. Was he trying to prove a guy?
And he's learning how to naturally like that type of style. But if he has to move, he can do it. I really would like to see him make a little defensive, so he's a little more defensive in this round or even the next.
Thank you, Virgil.
Feints would be the key to
and he doesn't react, then you instead of the feint. What feint until he doesn't react anymore? You make them just gonna happen, but nothing's gonna happen after. Great body shot.
Sullivan Barrera backed away.
Looking to see other guy. It's always been that.
Rounds for what at a point. It became a 9-9 round, which is why I have 1 round even. And
really could have done no damage. He was too close to Ward to land.
Warning, Andre Ward, correct?
Says something about a cut. Maybe like
Ace was saying that Andre Ward got cut by an axe. Stop right now. It goes to the scorecard.
Another good quick left hook.
The effect on Andre to more offensive to get his.
Depending on how location between rounds.
And that's the fight that. And it is dripping into his eye.
Discussing here the location and the nature of the cut. Raul Caiz saw it well. Round 10, or round 11, I should say, into the championship.
Virgil wants to see it, I think.
Quick left hook.
Ooh, there it is again.
Right hand didn't produce any returns.
Sullivan an A for effort, and he happens to be fighting pound for pound one of the best fighters in the room, but he's not getting really abused yet.
He's never been past 8. He's in the 11th round.
Exactly. So he didn't see that he has some good experience against a guy as talented.
Right hand of the night, the furthest point he had ever gone before to at the satisfaction a 12 round. You know, it's no real blot on. Hopes will Sergey Kovalev, a light heavyweight from the opening bell, with not hit by a big punch
that nobody knows much about at this point, until you knew in the beginning that he'd be very uncomfortable. He loves to take a punch. Exactly that again tonight.
Andre Ward to ropes and got hit with a straight right.
We know that from his previous. Very good idea for Andre Ward. What is he going to do that's going to make him better?
Landed. Now that gives him what he wants before he goes into a fight with Kovalev.
And it's recognized.
So most likely they'll pull torrily low. For Sullivan down in the fight, it took place in round 3. Watch the left hook to the top of the head by Ward. We mentioned all night long. The left.